Find a quiet space and sit down. Take a deep breath and gently allow Find a quiet space and sit down. Take a deep breath and gently allow your whole body to relax. Become focused by moving your awareness inwards to the center of your forehead. This is the seat of the soul. Focus on this point. Within this silent and still space, awaken a spiritual thought. For example, I am a peaceful soul. Hold this thought. Don't think hard about it. Allow your mind to wrap itself around this simple positive thought. I am a peaceful soul, a being of peace. Hold this thought in your mind and very slowly allow your heart to experience it. Reaffirm the thought if you need to. Say it again to yourself and deeply experience it. As I hold this thought, I become the form of the thought. I am completely absorbed in the experience of the thought. This is meditation.
Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to day 8 of our Rajayoga meditation course. So we will be extending this course till Thursday, the 16th. So I hope you can all join us till then. This webinar has been organized by the Brahma Kumaris Vile-Parle subzone. I request you all to please keep your videos and mics on mute. And if you have any questions throughout the session, please write them down on the chat box. I know we've got a few questions left over from yesterday's session that we could not answer, so we will be carrying forward those today. I have made a note of the same, so you can ask any additional questions also in the chat box. And for those of you who think that the clarity of sound is not so great, I request you all to please plug in some earphones or your headphones, because that's going to improve the sound quality for you. We are streaming live on Facebook right now. For previous recorded sessions, you can always head on to our Facebook page to have a listen to them. So before we begin today's lesson, let's have a quick short meditation. Please sit quietly and relax. Take a few deep breaths and turn your focus onto your thoughts. Who am I? Am I just this body? When I look into a mirror, what am I looking at? Is that me? Is there more to me than my physical image? My body is very real. I can touch it. I am aware of each part of it, even with my eyes closed. Is this who I am? As I think about these questions, I begin to get an idea of where I am. Somewhere inside my head is me. I'm not just my face, or my mouth, or my eyes. I am something more than these things. Who am I? Am I my thoughts? Am I the one who is thinking? The one who is questioning? Now, sitting in this very quiet moment with no one else looking at me, no one else telling me who or what I am, I spend a few moments enjoying myself, getting used to my qualities, and getting to know how I think and feel. It's a nice feeling. I can be me. I don't have to please anyone. I don't have to attract anyone's attention to me. I don't have to do what other people expect of me. Just be who I am. I like me. The more I get to know myself, the more I can be myself when there are others around. And that feels good. The more I appreciate who I am, the easier it is to appreciate who others are. Each one of us is a unique being. Each one of us is worthy of being alive. Now, very gently, I remember again that I am sitting inside this body, in this room, and I know who I am. In your own time, move your hands and feet and look around the room. Om Shanti. With this, we will begin today's lesson. I request Sister Harsha to kindly take us through today's chapter. Welcome, Sister Harsha. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good evening, everybody. Koshaben, thank you so much for that soulful, beautiful meditation. Every day, it's such a delight to begin with this session with meditation. Today, once again, before we learn the further chapter, let's try to understand what we did yesterday. We covered a very important chapter yesterday, which is the philosophy of karma. We try to understand, we try to refresh our mind with this law again, that what goes around comes around. Shiv Baba has taught very beautifully. Since now this philosophy of karma is highlighted in front of us, we all be very, very, very careful about every act that we do, because every act counts, even the smallest one. Here we can see karma is not just through hands. What I speak is karam, and even at a subtle level, what I think, we think so much every day. Every thought is a karam. A very beautiful information, truth. A human will always be a human. We will not cross 84 lakh species. Once a human, always a human. So beautifully, Shiv Baba has taught this new theory to us. Here we can see there are variety types of karma, majorly three. One is akarma, which are neutral actions. Then we have vikarma, which is negative ones. And then sukarma, positive ones. In the cycle of drama, if we see this drama from a higher angle, this law of karma has been different in different ages. Calculations have been different. In Satyug Treta Yug, we see every karam that the deities performed at day-to-day level. They all were a karma, which means neutral actions. There was no calculation because these deities were reaping the sweetest fruits of the karma which they did in their past lives at Sangam Yug. Then we see Dwapar Yug, when we became body conscious, and because of the vices within, effect of these vices was on our mind, intellect, and sanskars. And because of this influence, our karmas gradually, slowly, knowingly, unknowingly started becoming vikarmas, which means a balance of negative karma started increasing. We were not doing that much positive. Thus, the negative balance kept on increasing and led to a huge burden. At Sangam Yug, Baba comes, our father, our teacher, the ocean of knowledge, and he teaches us what is good karma. In this age of darkness, he gives us that light, that what is good, what is bad, what we are supposed to do, what is right, and what is wrong. He shows us the bigger picture, which brings absolute clarity in our life. And not just knowledge, he gives us power also to perform good actions. He's there with us, guiding us, helping us at every step. And it is now at Sangam Yug that we can settle a huge backlog, which we started accumulating from Dwapar till KALYUG now. Negative karmas can be settled in two ways. There are only two ways to settle accounts now. One is through suffering, which people are doing in wholesale. Remember, if there is any physical pain is mandatory because we can feel that. But suffering is optional. Suffering is something that we create in our mind by creating negative thoughts, by creating waste thoughts. So suffering is optional, something that we can eliminate. And then the other way of settling accounts is through own efforts. As we can see, Gyan, Yog, Dharana, and Seva. By putting in my own efforts, I can settle my negative backlog. Before the judgment day, Baba has given us all this one final golden opportunity to undo what has been done. and to do what best we can. Satsangam Yug, we have dual tasks to do. One is settle the negative backlog which we have accumulated in the 2 ages. And it is at Sangam Yug that we can accumulate for future, which is do it now and eat later in the future, which is in Satyug and Treta Yug. So a lot to do, but Baba is there to help us a lot. There's a beautiful saying, Himmate Marda, Madate Khoda. Baba very beautifully offers, you just take one step and I will take thousands of steps for you. So it's a beautiful settlement, understanding that we have with Baba. And Baba is there when to work with us. Then everything is so much possible and easy. There will be Judgment Day. After destruction, when we all will leave our bodies and we return home. Before that, at subtle region, there will be settlement. There will be Hisab Kitab. And then after the settlement in wholesale, we all go home. Our home sweet home, where there is no KARAM, where there's no space, there's no time, a world which is beyond everything. We are like stars, just being ourselves. No actions, no words, not even thoughts. Just simple stars and silence. And now, Satyug is soon coming. God is here for a big transformation. What we have accumulated here, good karma, we'll be taking that with us for future. And according to our efforts, our study will get a position in future. Thus, in Satyug and Treta Yug, our every karam is a karma, no calculation, because it's accumulated good karma, and we are eating the fruits of that karam. Today, we understand a very, very, very important chapter, which is Shiv Baba and his occupation. What he does. If somebody goes somewhere to somebody's home and they see a small child there, many times to talk to the child, we talk to them simply, oh, what's your name? What is your father's name? What is your mother's name? What is it that your father does? We ask these questions. These are the basic questions that every child learns. This is the basic education, the first education which every child learns after birth. Similarly, it's now through Shiv Baba. When Baba gives us this basic education, it's now that we know who we are, who Baba is, and today we'll be learning what he does, what our father does, what is his occupation, what are his acts when he comes on this earth and performs, because of which he is called the God, the Supreme Soul. Today we'll understand his actions at a very beautiful, deeper level, what he does at Sangam Yug. Here we can see Trimurti in scriptures, in mythology, in so many stories. We have reference of this Trimurti. There are so many caves. For example, Ellora Caves, which has got this picture, the statue over there. Trimurti. What does it mean? Why such a picture? What does it symbolize? Why this three together? What's the significance? We'll understand this today. Trimurti simply signifies the Trimurti, which is three divine acts of Shiv Baba. Shiv Baba plays multiple roles, multiple actions. To club all of them together and to broadly classify into three categories, then these are the three important acts that Baba performs once he comes on the stage of activity. He's the hero of this drama. He's got a lot to do in the end, and this is what he does for all the children. First, it's creation. Second, it's sustenance. And third, it's destruction. We can see a picture here. These are the three divine acts that Shiv Baba does by giving direction, and he gets this act done through Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. We'll understand these three acts in detail now, which will give us a very beautiful, in-depth understanding of what this means. To begin with, Brahma. In mythology, in scriptures, we have always seen this picture of Brahma. If today we analyze this picture, this character, this deity, rest all the deities, 33 crore, we see them young. But he's the only one who's always shown old. Why so? What does this mean? He's shown with scriptures in his hand. Why the scriptures? He's the only one. We see three heads. If we analyze this, medically, practically, nobody can have three heads. Then what does this signify? What this picture presentation means? What's the subtle significance? We'll understand this one by one. These three heads simply mean Shiv Baba, the ocean of knowledge, when he comes, and the knowledge that he shares with all of us. It's on the basis of this knowledge that we understand the whole story of this drama. It's now that we understand the beginning, the interval, and the climax of this drama. Now we can see this drama from every angle from every perspective. And thus, it's because of this that we also, with Shiv Baba, become master ocean of knowledge, which is now what he knows, we also know all of that. And thus, the three heads is shown with the scriptures. There's nobody else, but specifically, beautifully, him portrayed with scriptures in his hand. This means when Shiv Baba comes on this earth, and when there's so much of expansion of bhakti, devotion for so many ages, births, it's been a long time. Gradually, slowly, this bhakti expanded so much. There are so many scriptures today. There are so many books written today. Even one scripture today has got so many versions, so many interpretations. There are so many stories. Every person has got a different story to say. There's so much of expansion of even knowledge today. We are loaded, flooded with knowledge, with information from every corner. But in spite of having so much of knowledge, still we feel ourselves to be empty. It's in the end, when Shiv Baba comes, the ocean of knowledge, he shares with us only the essence. Baba says, no need to go into expansion now. It's because of this that you have lost connection with the essence, which is simply the moral of every story. It's important that we understand the moral. That's enough. Let's come to the point. That's worth it. So thus the scriptures that Baba shares the essence of everything. Essence is very simple and limited. In this course, we can see it's very limited. A for Atma, B for Baba, C for connection, and D for drama. That's it. Only this much. And with only this much, we are trying to understand everything. It's now important that we wind up and come back to what is important. Thus, Brahma with the scriptures. In reality, Brahma three-headed doesn't exist. It's only a picture presentation. Let's try to understand this from a different perspective. When Shiv Baba comes on this earth, he takes Brahma Baba's body and he does this task of creation. Let's understand this with a simple example. Imagine a child. Child's height is small and father's height is big. Meet the child, to talk to him, to understand him, to connect to him better. It's the father who actually bends and comes to his level. It's then that the father can communicate with him, can look at him, can be close to him. Similarly, when Shiv Baba, this point of light, comes on this earth, when he is supremely soul conscious, a point where we all are highly body conscious, our levels are different. We are at extremes. It's then that Shiv Baba, in order to meet us and communicate to us, he comes into a body, which is the body of Brahma Baba. Because even Supreme Soul, when he comes into this world, according to the system here, he has to take a body. That's how he can talk to us. That's how he can see us. That's how he can perform all his actions as a father, as a teacher, and everything. He requires a body, and he takes Brahma Baba's body. We'll understand Brahma Baba's story in the end. How Brahma Baba, when he was 60 years of age, it's then that Shiv Baba enters his body and he shares knowledge with us. It's through the mouth of Brahma, but knowledge Shiv Baba has shared with us. It's on the basis of this knowledge and the love that Brahmins are created. So Shiv Baba creates Brahma, and through Brahma, Brahmins, which is we all children, are created. Brahmins simply means the ones who are close to God, the ones who understand Him, the ones who study, and the ones who make others study as well, the ones who learn, the ones who become right hands of God in this beautiful task of world transformation. Here we can see it's through Brahma that God creates. Creation of what but? It's creation of a new world. When Shiv Baba comes, he creates a new world first inside all of us. He shares this new knowledge. He shares this new understanding. And with this newness, the old world inside all of us transforms. Our mind, our intellect, our sanskars. Baba transforms, renews the world inside all of us. And this renewal brings a major transformation outside as well. This will lead to a new world creation. Brahma Kumaris has got a slogan which is very simple, which says self-transformation for world transformation, which simply means when we change the world. Thus, creation of a new world inside and outside. Once creation is done, then the second step comes, which is sustenance. It's like we buy a new car, then comes maintenance of this car, which is a long journey, which is something that we have to do throughout, very often. In terms of cleaning, in terms of servicing, it's a regular story. Similarly, in this way, after a new world has been created, then comes sustenance of the new world. And that Shiv Baba gets done through Vishnu. Now, who is Vishnu? If we look at this picture, who is Vishnu? Is medically, practically anybody possible having 4 hands? Why 4 hands? What does this depict? What does this mean? Every hand is carrying something, some instrument, something. Why to carry them? If we carry something for a few minutes, our hand starts paining. If we carried that a little longer, maybe it will become numb. Maybe it will lead to some serious issue then. We can't carry something every time, but we always see Vishnu carrying something. What does it mean? What deep spiritual significance? Let's understand this. Let's explore this today. 2 hands. This simply means that Vishnu is nothing but a combined form of Lakshmi and Narayan. Tomorrow when Satyug will come, a new beginning, it's Radha Krishna who after marriage will become Lakshmi and Narayan, and they will become the first emperor and the first empress of this whole world. They will take over administration of the whole world in their hands. In Satyug, there will be only Bharat. There will be no America, Russia, Europe, other continents. The whole world will be only Bharat. It was, and it will be only Bharat. Thus, throughout the world, people know that Bharat is the ancient one. Today, people have so much of respect for Bharat because it's the ancient one. Bha simply means light, and Rat, thus Bharat, simply means a world where everybody's inner light was ignited, where everybody was soul conscious. In Satyug, everybody, in spite of wearing this body, will be soul conscious. No consciousness of male and female, everybody at par, equal. And thus Lakshmi Narayan both together, like mother and father, will take care of everybody using soft powers of love, peace, respect, etc. Not just Lakshmi Narayan, we all will be in Satyug, who become students of Baba. We all will play a major role in every birth there to sustain this new world. And thus we see Lakshmi Narayan. In a home also, we require both mother and father to take care of everybody. Similarly, once a new world is created, Lakshmi Narayan will play a major role in sustaining everybody. Here we can see different instruments in Vishnu's hand. What do they signify? We can see Swadarsan Chakra, We see Swadarsan Chakra in Krishna's hand, in Narayan's hand, and Vishnu's hand always. They are all the same at different stages. Now, what does this chakra signify? In mythology, it is portrayed that this instrument is required to maybe cut head of somebody. If there is any evil, negative character, there's any villain, it's to fight with them that he uses this instrument. If today, for a change, being a detached observer, by keeping an open mind, if we analyze this, we have seen Mahatmas recently, like Mahatma Gandhi, who got us independence on the basis of truth and non-violence. He was completely non-violent. We see Dharmatmae, who were earlier, no matter how much ever torture they had to bear, they were absolutely non-violent. They tolerated everything. They didn't do anything in retaliation. They would never fight with anybody, even if somebody is wrong. And thus they became Dharmatmae and Mahatmae. Keeping that in mind, do you think these deities who were there in Satyug, would they fight with anybody? Would they be violent? Would they kill anybody? The way they are portrayed in mythology, Shri Baba very beautifully as a teacher clarifies to us that these deities in reality were not like this. They in reality were very loving, very innocent, very pure souls. This Swadarsan Chakra signifies something really very deep, which simply means Swa means self, Darshan, which is I see myself, now an inward outlook, not an outward one. In this picture, we can see the cycle of time showing swastik. And in swastik, inside, we put a dot. And that dot simply means I, the point of light. It begins with Satyug. I was there in Satyug, where I was a deity, where I began my journey, where I was perfect, 100%. And then I came in Treta Yuga, where I was also happy. I was still better. And then I came in Dwapar Yuga, where I became body conscious with vices. And then I came in KALYUG, where I'm completely empty today. This is my journey. Swadarsan Chakra simply means rotating. This chakra of time within, and seeing my journey from a wider perspective, what I was, and tomorrow what I can become. It's before and after. When I turn this chakra inside, that I'm God's child, I'm a point of light. I was a deity once upon a time. When I inside turn these positive, spiritual, powerful thoughts, then I can kill all the negativity which is inside me. Thus, the Swadarsan Chakra, which is fighting with the evil within. God doesn't teach fighting with anybody else. God is completely non-violent. And now we can see Shank. We always use Shank in bhakti, in devotion. What does it mean? It basically signifies sound. And in other words, it's based on knowledge. Before every battle, a Shank is played, which signifies beginning of this inner battle. Shiv Baba has given us this knowledge, and now it is our prime responsibility that we share this knowledge with others, which is we play this Shank, which is give this message to everybody that God has arrived. Come, meet him. A company's MD doesn't go door to door to sell his products. It's the salesman who goes door to door to sell. Similarly, Shiv Baba has given us this knowledge. Now we being his salesmen, we being messengers, what message Shiv Baba has given to us, we go and tell this to everybody, because tomorrow when destruction will happen and when we go home, Shiv Baba doesn't want this complaint from anybody that God, you came and you didn't even tell me. Then maybe Shiv Baba will show him this picture that see, these people came to you to give you this message. And thus the Shank, which simply means knowledge. Here we can see lotus. We see so many deities carrying a lotus, carrying this in their hand. There are many even shown standing on a lotus. Now, if today we analyze this, why a lotus only? Why not any other flower? Can anybody stand on a lotus? Can we find such a big lotus which can bear a weight of a human being? Actually, no. It signifies something very deep, something very beautiful. It signifies one beautiful quality of a lotus. If we see a lotus below water, it has got a lot of roots, lot of expansion, which symbolizes a family life with a lot of expansion. If we see above water, it's standing alone, only one lotus. This basically signifies a very beautiful balance. The way a lotus is attached, yet it is detached. It is with everybody fulfilling every responsibility, yet it is alone. Lotus is a grahasti, connected, doing everything, but yet different. So this basically signifies that we also, who are on the path of spirituality, can lead a lotus-like life. Here we can see in this picture, from the left-hand side, a family which had so many issues, children fighting, mother stressed, unhappy, father having drinking problems. A similar picture we can see in every household now. And then they take this knowledge, they try to understand this knowledge by Shiv Baba. On the basis of this understanding, then they learn meditation. They try to meditation by living in family. While working, when my hands are busy, my mind is full. Why not utilize my mind in remembering Shiv Baba? We can see the mother who's cooking, but even while cooking, she is cooking in remembrance of Shiv Baba. We can see children eating food in remembrance of Shiv Baba. And thus we see a happy family. This basically signifies we can live in family. God doesn't teach sannyas that way. Baba says you can live in family, you can do everything, fulfill all your responsibilities, but yet still, in spite of doing that, you can still lead a spiritual life. People separated both the lives, grahas and sannyas, thinking that they are way too different. But Baba has clubbed both the lives together, that you can be a grahasti, yet you can be a sannyasi. You can be spiritual at a subtle level, at a deeper level, and thus the lotus. Here we can see Gada, which is the fourth instrument. We can see Gada downwards. When somebody goes for a battle, Gada is kept upward. And when somebody becomes victorious and comes back, Gada is shown in a downward position. So this basically signifies that in this battle inside, which Shiv Baba is teaching us, this non-violent one, which is of good over the bad, and this battle when we become victorious, and tomorrow when we'll be a deity, we were deities, we became humans. It's a reverse journey from human to deities again. This basically symbolizes our victory, for which Baba is here. So very beautifully, it's now that we understand what these signify. We see five-headed snake. Krishna is also shown dancing on a five-headed snake underwater. Now, if we analyze this, surviving this way underwater may be not possible. We see Vishnu underwater. Living this way underwater may be not possible. Dancing on a five-headed snake, a five-headed snake in reality not possible. Then what does this depict? What does this mean? This means something really very beautiful. This is our story, everyone's story. It means this five-headed snake means the five vices, the main vices that we all have within, which is lust, anger, greed, attachment, and ego. These five vices again have a big family. When I take power from Baba, and when I, through this power, become victorious on these vices, these vices were ruling us. They had control over us. Now it's a reverse journey. By taking power from Baba and becoming Shiv Shakti, by empowering us in this battle with them, we become victorious on them. This is our story. Vishnu, which simply means no wish, no poison, no vices, only virtues. So it's through Vishnu sustenance of the new world, and then comes Shankar. Destruction is always of the old. Destruction of the old world, when we cannot take it further, there's a dead end which comes. Who is Shankar? Why these instruments with him? Let's today understand this picture from a different perspective, a perspective which Shiv Baba has shared with us. We see Trishul. We also see three lines on Shivling. Bel Patra that we offer on Shiv, there are also three. What does this signify? What's the deeper meaning? These three lines signify Trikaldarshi, which means Tino Kalon ko janne wala, the one who knows everything from beginning till the end. These three lines means Trilokinath, which means master of the three worlds. These three lines means Trinetri, which is when Baba comes, he gives all of us this third eye. Will understand this. What he is, he makes all of us that only. Baba is Trikaldarshi. It's now through him that we all have also become Trikaldarshi. Baba is Trilokinath, and it's through him that now we also become Trilokinath. We also become Trinetri. Thus the saying, as is the father, so is the children. Here we can see the third eye. Which is this third eye? Is this medically in reality possible? Or does this mean something deep? Through these two physical eyes, which are in this physical body, I can see everything physical. But now to see the subtle, soul is subtle, Supreme Soul is subtle, this connection is subtle, to see every subtle aspect, to see beyond the visible, Baba comes and gives all of us this third eye, which is the eye of knowledge, understanding. We can understand the soul. We can experience the soul. We cannot see the soul. Thus, the third eye of understanding. Here we can see Bhal Chandra, which is the moon on the forehead. What does this signify? Nobody can have a moon on their head. What does this mean? This means something so beautiful. Our Dadi Janki always used to say, our earlier administrative head, chief of Brahma Kumaris, Dadi would always say, in your head, you should have an ice factory. In your mouth, you should have a sugar factory. If you want to be good in relationships, if you want to be a good leader, if you want to lead people, you need these two important qualities so beautifully in your life. In spite of so many challenges, in spite of so much of struggle situations, we be cool-headed, which is possible through meditation, and we be sweet. Thus, this Bhal Chandra, it means something deep and for all of us. And then we have Tapasya. Among all the deities, it's only Shankar who is doing Tapasya, so much of Tapasya always. Why so much? What's the need? Why is he putting in so much of efforts? What does this mean? All the deities, we see them wearing wonderful clothes, so much of jewelry, decorated. And he's the only one with less clothes, And that too, he stays on Kailash Parvat, where there's so much of ice, but still he's shown with no proper clothes, less clothes. Why? What does this mean? This means something very, very beautiful. This means Shankar is nothing, but we all souls tapasvi swaroop. This is our tapasya, and Baba has shared the Srimad with us. His main Srimad, Manmanabhav, which simply means Baba says, children, now become soul conscious and remember me only. Baba every day tells this to us. The essence of this whole knowledge is to become soul conscious and remember him only. This tapasya is shedding this body, is shedding this body consciousness, thus no clothes. Become what you are without any bondage, without any burden. This tapasya is to become soul conscious. Thus, in front of Shankar, we always see a Shivling, which is remembering Shiv Baba. Shankar is our tapasvi roop. We all becoming Shankar and destroying the old world within, old thoughts, old unwanted emotions, old sanskars, which were negative and waste. Destroying everything negative within through this tapasya. Once we destroy this within, there will be a huge destruction outside. Our tapasya will bring this destruction close. It's we who will destroy the old world because a new has to be constructed. So it's a team with Shiv Baba who has been working in performing these three major activities. Thus, here we can see, to summarize, these three important actions of Shiv Baba, which is creation through Brahma. Here we can see God, G-O-D. G means generator, O means operator, and D means destroyer. His three major activities, his occupation. Now, we'll wind up this chapter today. Before finishing, a small request. Don't believe what we say. Think about it. This knowledge is new. This knowledge is 360-degree different compared to what the whole world teaches. But right now, just listen. There might be something you might relate to. There might be even something which you cannot relate to right now, but it's okay. Accept, use what you can, and leave aside what you cannot relate to. Leave that for later. It's like supermarket, not necessary I buy everything at a time. Take what you like, take what you require right now. Baba has kept everything at display. Take what is required right now. See what is there. Maybe what you cannot relate to after some time with spiritual maturity. That thing will be easy. So let's take baby steps. Let's learn every day. Every day will be a new journey. Now we end this chapter with a small meditation. Om Shanti. I sit comfortably. I see myself today. I question myself. What's happening in my life? What am I doing? Why is it that I have started liking this spirituality? What am I getting out of it? What am I learning every day? Is this learning useful to me? Am I getting my answers? Who am I? Do I really want to know? What is this change that is happening in me? Where am I going? What's the purpose of my life? Why am I here on this stage? Am I happy with myself? Are others happy with me? Am I playing my role to my fullest potential? I'm enjoying these questions. There's so much to answer. There's so much to understand. These questions are enlightening me. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sister Harsha, for explaining that so wonderfully about the difference between Shiv and Shankar and what generator, operator, destroyer actually means. We've got a few questions related to that. Since today there are just a few questions, I'll start with today's questions and then we'll go back to yesterday's questions, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So, what does the snake depicted around Shankarji's neck, what is the symbol of that? The snake.
Just like Vishnu, it also means through my tapasya, I win over these vices. Practically nobody can have a snake around their neck. Not possible. It's with my tapasya that I rule over these vices. It symbolizes that only. Thank you.
Thank you. Another one is I was not able to understand why Brahma Baba is shown as an old figure. Can you please explain briefly why he is shown old?
Shiv Baba, when Shiv Baba entered Brahma Baba's body, he was 60 years of age. In Bharat, we call them Vanprasthas, which is senior citizens. So when Brahma Baba was almost 60, on the verge of retirement, Shiv Baba entered his body for a new world creation. Shiv Baba chose a body, a soul which was so much experienced, the same Krishna's soul in his last birth. And in detail, tomorrow we'll understand the history of the institution, which is the history of Brahma Baba, the whole yajna. This will help you more in depth why Brahma Baba is shown old and why him only. Tomorrow we'll know.
Okay, thank you. Uh, do all souls returning home means going to heaven or hell? What is the home? What is the meaning of home over here?
Home means the soul world. We all have only one home. Whenever we think of God, we look above. We all, we people from every religion, A to Z, we all look upwards, which means upwards is where a Father God stays, and his home is by default our home. To go into heaven, one has to be eligible. One has to get the grades. The one who puts in efforts here at Sangam Yug, only they can go to heaven, Satyug Treta, and others cannot. In drama, they start coming from Dwapar Yug after the interval.
Okay, thank you. Where does the soul sit exactly? Is it between the eyebrows or a little above that?
It's inside this body, below this brain, inside. If we cut this head in 4 equal portions, that central point where there is hypothalamus and pituitary gland, in between this, there's a small vacuum. There is where the soul stays, which is inside, a little bit inside.
Okay. Can you please explain about the significance of the lotus?
Lotus means leading a pure life, which is developing a beautiful balance between grahastha and spirituality, which is being with everybody and yet being with yourself connected yet detached. So that's the significance in this impure world, leading a pure life. Thus, the lotus, which is symbol of purity.
Thank you. Is Ramayana and Mahabharata would be repeated again in Satyug?
Mahabharata and Ramayana didn't happen that way. Maybe someday, in case possible, we can try to explore these two stories. Mahabharata is not just theirs, it's whole Bharat stories. It's everyone's story, wherein we souls who recognize Shiv Baba, who are Preet Buddhi with him, they all are called Pandavas. And those who do not recognize him, those who are Vipreet Buddhi, which means their Buddhi, their intellect is connected to people, to material possessions, to worldly things, they all are Kauravas who are still influenced by the vices within. It's a battle between them. This doesn't mean a battle with any individual, but this Mahabharata simply signifies at a subtle level the battle within, which is of dharma over adharma, which is of good over bad, which is of right over wrong. And in this battle, Shiv Baba, our Sarthi, our teacher, our friend, is there for all of us. If God will come, He will come for all of us. That is the significance of Mahabharata at a wider level. Maybe someday we can explore Ramayana also later.
Yes, thank you. Last question of today's. What is the connection between Brahma Baba and Shiv Bhagwan?
Shiv Baba enters Brahma Baba's body. So Brahma Baba, like us, we all at par. Brahma Baba is also child of Shiv Baba. We all have only one father, and we all are children. In Brahma Kumaris, we do not have a Guru Chela system. We strongly believe we all have only one father, we all children. Thus here everybody at par. We have only one teacher, which is Shiv Baba, that supreme energy. He's the only teacher because he's the only one who's always perfect. And thus we all his students, we all at par. The way we are students of Shiv Baba, Brahma Baba is also a student of Shiv Baba. It's a father and child relationship that they both share.
Thank you. So we'll go on to yesterday's questions, the ones that were left over. How many years are left for KALYUG?
Can't say exactly, but very little time. Seeing the scenario outside, we know we have very little time. Sangam Yug is about to finish. How many years? Can't say, because Shiv Baba doesn't share that with us. Let's take every day at a time. Let's work every day. Baba says, Sharir par bharosa nahi hai. When we will leave this body, can't say. Maybe any moment. So let's live only today, right now, with Shiv Baba, and let's every day put in our best efforts to be his wonderful student.
Thank you. Many times, so yesterday's lesson was on law of karma. So some of these questions are related to that. Many times, Sister Shivani says, whatever we do, we have to face. Then how can we nullify our karmas?
We revised that today also. We can nullify that by two ways. What we have done, we have to face that. Other one is through efforts. I can nullify that through my efforts.
Okay,
By
thank
doing
you.
that. Yes.
Is hurting Prakriti also a Vikarma?
Yes. Yes. That's the reason nature is now giving it back to us. Gandhiji very beautifully said, there is enough in this world for everybody's need, but there is not enough for everybody's greed. It's the greed. And because of this greed, our comfort, we have caused a lot of harm to nature. So what nature now is doing in the form of this disease also, coronavirus disease, or maybe this earthquakes, bushfires, which we saw in Australia some time back, this is nature giving tit for tat. It's only reacting. So in meditation, in Brahma Kumaris, we many times do special meditation for nature also, which is sending vibrations of peace and purity to this nature. Nature responds, nature accepts our vibrations. Maybe someday we can explore more on this meditation. So it hurts nature,
Yes.
yes.
Sure, we'll do that. That's a very good idea. Uh, for we just got a question today. Like human becomes human, then every male and female become the same in the next birth also. Like if I'm a woman, will I be a woman again in the next birth?
It depends. A male can become a female also, a female can become a male. It depends upon karma, it depends upon account. There are so many women, sometimes we see they have these manly qualities. They're very outgoing, they are fearless. This shows that maybe in their past birth, they had a male body, and thus the same sanskar which got carried forwarded. There are some men we see, they have so many woman qualities, like some who love cooking, some love who organizing things, who like organizing things perfectly. So this shows some signs and symptoms that in their past birth they might be having a female body. So it depends. It keeps on changing.
Okay, thank you. Most of the time, we don't know the reason of our suffering. So, how can we correct our mistakes?
We will not always get reason of our suffering. At least we can use wisdom which Baba has given us. What reason I don't know, but yes, I know some reason. Let's not go behind the story. Let's only catch hold the essence. What is done is done. I don't even want to know. What is important right now is what am I supposed to do? Right now is important. What I am supposed to do, my action is more important right now. This present moment is more important right now. Thus, no reason, use wisdom.
Okay, thank you. And the last question from yesterday: what will be the karma for the hangman whose job it is to hang people?
Since this is his job, he has to do this. But then there's always an option that maybe you can do something else. I'll explain this with a small example. Baba always says to survive, you want only little. Some people say we have to cheat in our business. If we do not do this, how will we gain profit? Baba always tells to them, follow the path of goodness that Baba has shown to us. On this path of goodness, maybe possible you will not see lot of success, lot of materialistic achievements like other people. But if you follow this path of goodness, which is Baba's path, then till the end, this is Baba's promise to we all children, that Baba will give us dal roti till the end, which is it is Baba's responsibility to sustain us. So similarly, if I can find some job, maybe a smaller one, anyone, with my job, if I can benefit people where I don't have to harm people, then that will be a good option. Otherwise, every karma, what I choose, will give me a return. So it's very important what I choose right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Harshaben, for taking us
Thank
through
you.
today's session. It was
Thank you, Brahma.
lovely and the answers were beautiful. I hope that answered everybody's question. If we have missed any question or you have any more, please note them down and you can ask them tomorrow because we're running out of time today. So I'll just quickly remind you all about the Google form. I just pasted the link again in the chat box. So whoever's interested, we don't have the dates yet, but we are going to have an upcoming session for an intermediate level course. If you are interested, please copy and paste that link on your browser and you can fill the form for the intermediate level course. We will keep you informed. Log on to justaminute.org if you want to practice, if you want different tools and techniques to practice 1 minute meditations throughout your busy day. Yes, to answer that question, the intermediate level course will also be a webinar, so it will also be online. So the B Zone app, you can go on to the App Store and you can download the B Zone app. It is free of cost. You can locate a center near you by going on to brahmakumaris.org/center locator. So that'll help you get in touch with any Brahma Kumaris center all over the world near you. You can check with your cable operators for Peace of Mind and Awakening TV, our 24-hour TV channels, where you can have meditation commentaries, different spiritual talks going on throughout the day. So thank you so much for staying with us through these 8 days. And we'll be continuing this till Thursday. So see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Om Shanti, everyone.